So the big dog, the daddy of them all, talk about Bitcoin today for just a wee quick rant. I personally have some Bitcoin, not a lot, but I am going to be investing more actually over the next couple of months because I do think that in the next bull run this will hit anything between $100 to $250,000. $250,000 is very extreme. I'd more say between 120, 150 at a push, but there is places that I've seen have went with ridiculous price predictions of even like up to 600,000 and such like over that's the next 4 years, I suppose. The halving starts in April next year, which always kicks in a bull market purely because that's the supply halving again to the Bitcoin miners. You need to remember when this first came out, it was seen as a way for certain people to move money with nobody knowing, but the opposite's actually the truth. Because of blockchain technology and how cryptocurrency works, every single movement of the money is logged. So you would have to know who put the money in and who took the money out. There could be loads of movements of this money in between there, but ultimately, if it's been used for dodgy dealings, let's say, it'll get found instantly because of who put it in and who took it out. They'll know that. They won't know the addresses in between. I've always liked cryptocurrency. I like the idea of it. It's just the exact same as me switching something with my bank card or using my phone with a digital card there. It's the exact same, except what really boils my blood is I went to Poland a few years ago and me and my girlfriend were in Edinburgh. I still had some zlotys and I took it in and it was about £100 worth. And they were wanting to give me £65. And I looked at the guy and said, this is exactly where cryptocurrency's coming in. If I was to exchange cryptocurrencies, some of them are like almost the exact same price apart from a small fee for the company. So you put £100 in, you get maybe $118 instead of 124. So you're getting done at £6 or £7. No, a quarter of your money that you're trying to change over. So there's loads of use cases as to why this is good. I believe there's Bitcoin ATMs, or there was anyway, around about the place. If we could have a digital ATM anywhere, then you just put your money in your native currency. Like for me, it would be pounds in the UK. Put it into crypto.com, for example, and let's say there's a crypto.com ATM somewhere and take your money back out, maybe with a small fee going back to crypto.com as opposed to going into a bank and getting absolutely raped for exchanges. It's a ridiculous thing. And obviously with the inflationary, there's a 100% total supply and nobody can fudge that. People don't want us to have this, so they're putting so much fear into it, which is good for us because if we buy in the now, and even if you didn't sell this one in the next bull run and just held it for maybe 10 years, 12 years, you're going to be laughing. You really are. Like I said, when it first started, it was about certain people moving money. But since then, we've got countries that's adopted it as legal tender. El Salvador in South America, in Central African Republic. There is other people rumoured to be having this as their currency in the next few years. And inflation-wise, it would make sense, especially if there's stuff screwing them over, i.e. if they're buying from one country and getting done with switch fees with currency and then selling it to another country, again, switch fees with currencies, it takes a lot of their profits. Whereas if they're just using a cryptocurrency, you're just paying the gas fee. So with Ethereum, that would be astronomical. But with Polygon, which is on Ethereum, it would cost you next to nothing. The Near Protocol token, again, next to nothing. Bitcoin, not that much, it's just slower to get there. So BlackRock, who are the biggest investment company in the world, which would make them the biggest company in the world, own hundreds of this. They literally do. And the guy, Larry, whatever his name is looking to start an ETF with it in there. And it's a no-brainer they're going to do it now because if they get you in and get your money in the now, it's low. It's up 80% year to date. So if they get you in the now and it goes for $30,000 up to $150,000, they're going to make a lot of rich people a lot of money. And normal Joe blogs that have their own stocks and shares ISA, if they buy into these ETFs with Bitcoin and ride it up and then exit out and go into a normal ETF like Vanguard's Flow or something like that, you're going to make a fortune overall long term. And then there's Web3, Twitter's changed to X. Elon Musk's always said Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin is the way forward. So as soon as these things start changing, as soon as adoption starts kicking in, there's going to be a lot more people and a lot more companies using it. I believe the Brazilian bank as well, they allow you to do your tax returns in Bitcoin to save money. And then there's countries like Dubai who are seriously pro crypto, Portugal and the UK. I think Slovenia is another one that actually surprisingly has quite a lot of pro cryptocurrency as well. So these countries are obviously going to be looking to get Bitcoin in as part of their reserves. Yeah, if El Salvador's go back up the now, you're going to be laughing. The guys bought in, I think it was like 42,000. If that goes up to 140,000, their country will be absolutely flying. There's a lot of people say that it's the gold standard, blah, blah, blah. The truth is, it's just another finance class. And if you've got a reserve in gold, silver, crude oil, money, and now Bitcoin is digital currency, you would be laughing because it's like anything. Things go up and down all the time. Oil was ridiculous before the war in Ukraine. Now the prices have skyrocketed. The shares like Shell and BP have skyrocketed. The returns have skyrocketed. You can see this with Bitcoin coming next year. If Bitcoin goes crazy next year and it goes from a 30,000 to 150, I mean, that's a 4x or a 5x, depending on how you look at it. And you're going to be making a serious amount of money for a fantastic token that's always been there and it will always be there. Just going to end this by being brutally honest. If you look at everything in life, there's always things that can show you that something's going to succeed or something's going to fail. But right now, digital currency is only 13 years old, 14 years old, is it? And things have come and gone in that time that we would have thought would have survived. It's definitely not going anywhere. It is digital gold. This is what we need to buy, either Bitcoin or Ethereum, definitely, at least for the short term. I think Bitcoin will always be here, especially with the short supply. There's countries invested in it as their legal currency. There's countries that have it. Bitcoin, there's wallets that get stolen or secured, should you say, for the Americans, and they put them all into one wallet. They've got thousands of this stuff. There's BlackRock's ETFs. There's just so many different things invested in this. I wouldn't be surprised if Apple were neck deep in this stuff as well. And the halving, obviously, is in April 2024. What you need to do is have a good look at this and really think, is this the future or is this one of the things that's going to screw up? Like Cathy Wood for ARC says, in the next wee while, it's going to be ridiculous. If you get in there now and get even 0.1%, which would be $3,000, that's a lot of money. But if you get 0.01%, which is $300, and it goes to $1 million, you're going to be seriously laughing at the gains you get off that in 4 years' time. Me personally, I'm going to buy something out and let it ride and see where it goes, and then decide there and then if I'm going to sell or I'm going to hold it for the next year. If it's a lot of money, I'll keep it. If not, I'll wait till it drops back down again, and then just dollar cost average in.